everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another full face, and this one is going to be a full face of first impressions. If you missed my previous full face of XX, I will leave that linked in my description box. That was the full face of products I'm currently panning. So those were mostly older products in my collection, and then today we're gonna do a full face of first impressions, so only new products in my collection, or new to me products. So yeah, I have a little basket here of items that I would like to use, and then I also have this kind of brush. Wait. Hit my head. I have this brush set from Beauty Bay that I would like to try out some of these brushes as well. I have sprayed them with some alcohol before using them, so that they are not like completely, you know, right out of the package. But so I am going to be using some of these as well, some of those today as well. And then for the eyeshadows, I have two palettes that I haven't used that I just got in the mail yesterday. One is the Dose of Colors I Love Sarahi. I hate pronouncing that name, but yeah, I have this palette, as I said, from Dose of Colors. I got it on Beauty Bay. Same with this one. This is the Sugar Pool Fun Size palette, and here is what that one looks like. So it's a really pretty like rainbow with a bit of a twist, because a lot of them are like pastels, or like this one is kind of like a chartreuse almost. And yeah, we're gonna be playing with these two palettes as well. I don't think that I will be doing it something like super extravagant, but we'll see when we get there. I usually have a plan, and then sometimes I follow that and sometimes I don't, so we'll see. But let's start with the face like we did last time. So I'm going to dig into this basket right here, and yeah, I'm gonna zoom you in a bit as well. So to start, I'm going to take this Milk Hydro Grip primer, and this is, as I said, an hydrating primer, and I got this in a goodie bag, I believe, from Cult Beauty. So I'm gonna take that and then just put it on my face. It feels good. Ooh, that's interesting. It feels like a gel kind of in my fingers, and then it feels a little bit thicker than a gel, like on my face. It actually feels really nice. Let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these products and if you like them. So I'm really excited to try them out. Okay, that actually feels really good. Okay, so far so good. That was the first product. So for foundation, I'm gonna go in with this Idun Minerals Norrsken foundation. So it's a Swedish brand. So Idun is Swedish and Norrsken is Swedish for the aurora or the northern lights. It's basically a translation of northern lights. And this is called the Pure Mineral Illuminating Foundation, and I have it in the shade Saga. So I'm hoping this will match me okay. I haven't used it. I think this one is supposed to be, because they have one that I also have that is called Nordic Veil, I believe. And that one is kind of a light coverage, and then this one is supposed to be more of a fuller coverage foundation. So I think I'm going to pump it out on my hand first, and then spread it out with my finger. I do too much. It has a scent to it, but it's not like a perfume scent, so it's not an unpleasant scent, but it's not like a pleasant scent here. It's not like a perfumey scent. And then I'm just gonna blend that out with a sponge that I have here. I'm getting confused now. I think this might be the one that I have tried before. This one that is supposed to, and I think this one is supposed to be, it's an illuminating foundation, and I think it's supposed to be kind of light coverage. And then this one is the Nordic Veil, and this one is called Correcting Long Wearing Mineral Foundation, and I think maybe that one is supposed to be the full coverage one. Because I need to look that up. Oh, okay. Okay, so I was wrong. So this is the one that I got most recently, and the one I have used this several times before. I don't know why I was confused. So this is the Norrsken, which is the one that is supposed to be more light coverage and illuminating. And then this one, which is Nordic Veil, is the one that I got most recently that I haven't tried yet. That is the Correcting Long Wearing Mineral Foundation, and this is also in the shade Saga. And this one is supposed to be more full coverage, but I guess we'll be going with this one today, and I will have to do another first impression and use this one instead. But yeah, as you can see, it's a light coverage but kind of evening out my skin. And I have been not really liking this one previously, but I feel like it looks really nice today, really like fresh and just kind of evening everything out. And it looks really nice on the skin. I don't know if you can tell. I definitely need to cover a lot more because now I look kind of like a ghost. Let's see if I can zoom in a tiny bit more. Maybe you can see how it looks. So it looks really like illuminated and kind of fresh on my skin. And then for concealer for my under eyes, I'm first going to go in with this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I also got this one in a goodie bag, I believe, or in a advent calendar. I'm not completely sure, but as I said, this is the Becca Under Eye Brightening, and this is Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and this is in the shade light to medium. So I'm gonna first, I think I'm just gonna go in with my finger and apply that right here where I'm kind of the darkest. It's very emollient, very creamy. I feel like it did a difference when I look into the viewfinder. What do you think? I feel like it definitely made a difference, but I'm not completely sure. I think I'm just gonna go do it on this eye, and then we can put on concealer, and then we can compare and see like if it's a necessary step for me. But so far so good, I guess. Okay, and then the concealer I'm gonna use is this one. I haven't used this one before either. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour, and this is in the shade C4. So I'm just gonna, oh, this might be a tiny bit too dark. Yeah, that's too dark. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so I feel like I have an even amount. And then I'm gonna put some here on my chin. Right here. I don't think this is a really good color for me. I have kind of like a neutral to kind of slightly cool undertone, so I thought like C4 would be good. But I think I would go with something else. Okay, that did not cover a lot. And I blended it out on my chin. So let's see under my eyes. I mean, it did something for my under eye. I'm gonna do a tiny bit more. But like here where I have some redness because I have like a breakout coming, I feel like it did not do that much. You can definitely still see the redness poking through. Like, I hope it translates to camera, but you can definitely see it like in real life in the mirror. So I don't have any new powders, but for powder I'm just going to go in with the ones that I used in my last video. And now I completely forgot that I want to use the brushes, so I think I'm going to try this one. This is the Glow Up brush, so I might use this for highlighter later on. But now I'm just going to use it to set my under eye. Do you feel like there's a difference between the two eyes where I use the under eye corrector? And because here I have the under eye corrector and here I don't. And I feel like, if anything, I feel like this under eye is darker than this one. Alright, so okay. Let's go in with the powder, and I think I'm just gonna use, I feel like this might be too small. This one is called In the Buff. So maybe we'll try it. So I'm gonna use it with the MAC Mineral Skin Finish powder. See if I can get a tiny bit more coverage by like buffing it in. I probably wouldn't use this for powder again. Not my favorite. My favorite is the Suiva 107 powder polish brush. This one is a lot bigger than this one, and this one is softer. Like this one has the kind of, I don't know, this one just feels better quality, I guess. But there's also a price, or like a difference in price, so yeah. But okay, so far so good. I feel like this foundation does not do the best with like going in with the powder, since it's supposed to be kind of illuminating and kind of dewy. I feel like it might be better with just a light dusting of powder, but that's not really how I work, so because I'm oily, so yeah, we're doing it this way today. And now I'm going to go in with bronzer, and for bronzer I'm going to use this Jouer Duo. and this is the light to medium bronzer duo, and the shades are called Sunlight and Suntan. And let's open it. So this one is Sunlight and then this one is Suntan, and let's see, should we go in with this one? This is called Bake Off, so I guess you're supposed to wash your or take your bake off or something, but I'm gonna use it for bronzer, so I think I'm actually going to kind of mix the two to get like something in between. So how has the beginning of the year been for you guys? Are you organized with your like bullet journals and all of your like start of the year videos? If you're a YouTuber, or if not, have you enjoyed getting back to like work and school after like the holidays? I'm not organized in my bullet journal yet because I have this bullet journal where it's I got a new one for Christmas, which is a full fax clip book. So it's kind of like an A5 like binder, so you can put in like papers yourself. And so I had some, or it came with some papers that were like lined or like squared or just blank, and it came with those, but I want like dotted. So I had some from like a Swedish store that I used in my previous one, but those are shorter than A5. So if I use those with the other ones that the book came with, then it looked weird because those ones were like shorter. And so I ordered some from Filofax, or Filofax probably is the correct pronunciation, but I ordered some from them in white because the others were white. And then when I got them, they were this kind of yellowy Filofax color instead of white. So now I have like either dotted completely white that are shorter, or I have just the lined and the squared and the blank pages that are white, that are the right length, or I have the yellow kind of dotted ones, and I just don't know how to like go about it. I can't find anywhere where I can buy like dotted A5 kind of papers that I can put into the journal. And so my thought was maybe to go with like the yellow ones, but then I kind of tried on one page and those ghost like crazy, so I don't want to use those. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do with my bullet journal this year, so let me know what you think. But I think the bronzers look really pretty. I think it was a win to kind of mix them. I don't know that I like really feel like this is the best shape for bronzer, but it worked okay and they blended really nicely. They are not too like overly pigmented. I feel like it's the same formula as their blushes, so you can really wouldn't close, but so you can really like go in and just kind of buff it out, and then it looks kind of pretty. I feel like I have some, I'm used to more like full coverage foundation, so I feel like it looks a tiny bit muddy because you can see some like redness peeking through, which I'm not used to because I'm used to a foundation that really covers. But I don't think that's the bronzer's fault. I think it's just like the powder and the foundation. For blush, I'm not completely sure if this will be I think it will be a full first impression, but I'm not completely sure because I have these Makeup Geek blushes, and these four I've had previously, and then these ones I got earlier last year, and I'm not sure if I have used them all or just a few of them, so I'm gonna just pick one and then that I feel like might go with my look, and then it might be a first impression or it might not, but I think I will should we go with this one, the more fun one? And I think I'm gonna go in with this brush again. There is a blush brush, but I feel like it's very small, so I'm just gonna tap off the excess. Ooh, scared. I'm gonna do a little bit on both cheeks and then blend it out. Get some on my apples as well, like Emily Noel. Like when she puts on blush, like I always love her like blush application, and just her like it just does so much for her face when she applies blush, and I wanted to do that to my face as well. Okay, so blush. Oh, I look a bit crazy. Yay! Like I went a bit heavy hand here on the inner part of my face with blush, but yeah. That applied nicely. And then as I said, for highlighter, I'm gonna go back to this brush. And the highlighter that I'm going to use is this translucent loose setting powder Glow from Laura Mercier. So I don't think it's supposed to be like a highlighter. I think it's supposed to be a translucent setting powder, but it has so much, like, it's super shimmery. So I don't know how that's supposed to work like as a setting powder. So I'm gonna try it out as a highlighter and we'll see what we think of it about it. I'm just gonna grab some on my brush. Ooh, that does not look good. Okay. It's super duper like a yellow gold or like really intense gold, and that's like not my favorite. I feel like that looks so much better if that looks so bad. Alright, okay, so yep, that's fun. I guess we're just gonna go in on the other cheek as well. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like super yellow gold. I feel like this might look really, really nice on someone with like a darker skin tone, but on me it looks really, really just like yellow gold on my face. But you can definitely see that it has like a pretty strong sheen to it, so I probably wouldn't use it as a setting powder no matter what skin tone you have. Or would you? Let me know, tell me in the comments. Okay, so for brows, I don't have a new brow product, so I'm just gonna do my brows off camera and then I will be right back. Okay, brows are on, and now we're gonna do my eyeshadow, and I'm not sure if, because I'm gonna use this one, I'm not sure if I should do like a tacky base or if I should do a dry base. And I feel like that's very, like, it will definitely have an impact on my first impression. But I think I might actually do like a dry base first, like the first time, and then if I feel like I don't get enough pigment, I can do a tacky base next time I'm using that eyeshadow, or those eyeshadows. But I'm just going to go in with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot and then just set that with a powder that is close to my skin tone, or like an eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow brushes in here are pretty weird, like weirdly shaped. So I feel like these are the ones that have the most potential. I'm going to be trying these out and then we'll see what I'm going to do with the others. So I'm going to start with this one, which is kind of like a packing brush but a tiny bit fluffier. And I'm gonna go into the Sugar Bowl palette, and I think I'm gonna start off with the red shade, and I'm gonna put that kind of on my outer corner. Ooh, that's pretty. I want to kind of pack this on the outer corner and connect with the lower lash line. That looks weird. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the more fluffy brush and kind of attempt to blend that out. I think that blended pretty well. So I'm gonna go in, pack on again to get more intensity. And then go in again. I think I'm gonna take a different brush, so I'm gonna go in with the MAC 217. And I'm gonna take the red again and just kind of get some more intensity here in my crease. Okay, and then I'm just wiping. I can take myself seriously when I see myself in the viewfinder. But then with the same brush, this brush, I just wiped it off. I'm gonna take this shade and I'm gonna put that more kind of on the center. And kind of blend it with the red. And then I'm gonna go back into the red again, just re-intensify. And then I'm using the MAC to kind of blend a little bit. And then for my very inner kind of third, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here from the I Love Sarahi Sarahi palette, and then I'm just gonna take that on a flat brush. Or should I take it on a flat brush from this? Yeah, I'm gonna take it on this flat brush right here. And I want to kind of fade it into the orange, and then up here as well. No, I think I'm gonna switch to the Sueva brush. Again, I'm gonna take my finger and just pack it on here, and then switch finger to kind of blend it out. And then I'm gonna go back into the orange and blend in between. I don't love how that looks, so I'm taking my brush and I sprayed it a little bit with some of that lighter eyeshadow. And I'm trying to intensify it right here on the inner part. And then I'm wiping the brush and I'm trying to blend in between these two. And I think I might go in with this brush into the orange. And then I'm gonna put orange on the center of my lower lash line as well. And then I'm gonna go in with a small Sueva brush, and I'm gonna take this shade and kind of go around my inner corner. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, and then I will be right back. So I did decide to kind of finish up the eye look. So I did this eye, and then I applied some mascara. I also applied a tiny bit of like an eyeliner on my top lash line, and then I went in with some lashes. And that was a first impression as well, because these are the fur lashes. 3D faux mink lashes, and it says that they feels and look like fur with our latest 3D fiber technology. And I feel like they look pretty, like, I wouldn't say subtle, but pretty like natural. I think I would be comfortable wearing these to like a party or something, like an occasion where you want to be a little bit, just a bit more fancy. But I feel like I could totally wear something a bit more dramatic for like filming, like bend upwards that much so they don't look super long. But so far so good. They feel pretty comfortable. I have some others that I enjoy more because these have kind of a thick band. But yeah, they're fine, I guess. Okay, so now we only have lips left, and I have kind of like a jar here with some lip products in it, and I think I'm gonna go with a nude. So I think I'm gonna go with this Hollywood Lips matte contour liquid lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, and this I got in a goodie bag, I believe, from Cool Beauty. And here is what that one looks like. So it's a super pretty packaging. I have a tiny bit of lip balm on my lips, so they are not like completely dry. Looks like the one is a bit funny. It has this kind of groove, and then it looks like it's kind of a moussey formula. Yeah, and it feels kind of moussey as well. It reminds me of I'm gonna apply first and talk later. Okay, so it's a really moussey formula, and it definitely reminds me of another lip product that I have in my collection, this Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick. And I'm not sure, maybe the color is kind of similar, but mostly the formula seems to be really similar, because it seems to be one of those matte liquid lipsticks that are very comfortable because it doesn't dry down, like it applies like a mousse, like a matte mousse. So yeah, I really like it. I'm glad it's not one, sorry, I'm glad it's not one of those really like drying formulas. I really enjoy these Maybelline lipsticks, so maybe if you want a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury kind of formula of her, what are they called? Oh, and this one is in Charlotte Darling, I guess. Charlotte Darling is the color of this, but they are called the Matte Contour Liquid Lipstick. So if you enjoy the formula of these and you want to dupe, I feel like you could go with these from Maybelline. Or like if you want a cruelty-free dupe for this that is a lot more expensive, then you can go with this one from Charlotte Tilbury as well. Okay, so that's it. So that was it for my full face of first impressions. So what do I feel like? I feel like my blush looks really intense, but I did pick a very intense blush, so I guess that's fine. Let's go from the beginning. I did really enjoy the primer, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I feel like it felt really nice when it went on to my face, and it's definitely something I want to wear more and see if I would even be up for buying one of these, because it felt really nice. It had that like gel consistency, but a thicker consistency, so it felt more like it stayed on and kind of moisturized. Some gel formulas, I feel like I feel like they almost evaporate, and like you apply it and it feels nice, but then you don't get that kind of hydration. But this definitely felt very hydrating, so if you have dry skin, I do recommend that one. And then for foundation, as I said, I messed up a bit, so I used this Norwegian, which is supposed to be like a lighter coverage, more illuminating foundation, and it's not my favorite foundation in my current collection, because I feel like I need to use it for that kind of special I don't know, situation where I want it to be kind of illuminated and light coverage, and then not apply as much powder, because I usually apply quite a bit of powder because I want it to last long, and I feel like that's not really the way to go with this one. But if you are from Sweden, like, you can get your hands on this and you enjoy that kind of light coverage illuminated formula, then I think you might enjoy this, because it does, like, just applying it, it looks really nice on the skin. And so for concealer, I use this one, the Maybelline Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I do not agree that this is full coverage. It might be that it's the wrong shade for me, but I feel like it didn't really, I don't feel like you can see my like under eye circles a ton, but I still feel like I definitely have other concealers that give me more coverage than this. And then with this one, I don't know, I like looking at my under eyes, I feel like this is almost darker where I apply this, so I don't know what that is about, but I'm gonna play around with it more. So not completely sold on that product yet. And then powders, I just use my normal ones. For the bronzer, I really enjoy the bronzer from Joy. I also enjoy the blush, of course. I really like the blushes from Makeupbyalexy, although I could probably be a bit like lighter handed, or like not as heavy handed. And then the highlighter, I definitely did not like. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna see if I can sell it to someone, or maybe someone with a darker skin tone would really enjoy it, or someone, I don't know. I just know it's not for me. And then eyebrows were old products. And then for the eyeshadow, like, so far I really enjoy it. I think next time I'm going to try and use it over like a tacky base, this one, and I want to play around with like this row of colors. Just really speaks to me. But I wanted to do kind of like a red and orange look today, so far really enjoying it. And then for this one, I feel like the formula of like this shimmer is, I don't think it's completely, like, I don't think it's the same formula as the shimmers in the Francation palette, because I feel like those are more intense. So I feel like these are a more like, I mean, they are still kind of metallic but more shimmery, and these, like this one and then the ones in the Francation palette, are more like a glittery formula, a bit more intense. So I did enjoy it, but I do enjoy the Francation palette more. And then of course the lashes, they are just, I guess, lashes, so nothing I'm gonna run out and buy again, I believe. But I am gonna use these, like all of the uses I can get from them. But yeah, so that was it for my full face first impressions. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are excited for the continuation of this series here on my channel. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!